Welcome back. You're watching NSE FinWiz Season 2. Today we are at Mindtree offices in Bangalore.
My first question is, how frequently should one do an income versus expenditure analysis? And what should be the ideal outcome? What should be the ideal ratio of income versus expenditure? The second question is, if you could explain what is the concept of a debt trap, and what are those indicators where we know that you are probably getting into a debt trap?
So broadly, on the issue of debt trap, I also wanted to add to that question and talk about credit cards. Even though the default rate has been around 1.75% for 2013-14, the fact is that increasingly people are using credit cards today, and often they get into a trap when they do not repay on that credit card.
The whole issue of getting into a debt trap, and especially using credit card, is that, you see, it's very easy to spend when you just have to sign. You don't even realize how much money went out. Right, when I just signed, you had 2 drinks and the guy came in and had done 5,000 rupees debited to your account, or the credit card has been debited with 5,000 rupees. So, first things first is that guys who think they can't control themselves in terms of expenses, you are better off avoiding taking any credit cards. I think credit card is a fantastic product, but it may not be a great product for a guy who cannot control his expenses. For that kind of a guy, it's better to just have a debit card, or possibly if you want to, you are a big spendthrift, you want to get into a habit of saving, then forget the debit card also. Withdraw the cash from the ATM and then try to spend it. Once you do that exercise a few times, you'll realize that you become more conscious of spending money and you'll actually start saving.
Before we leave, we're going to take one viewer query. The gentleman says that I'm an Indian staying in Canada, but I do buy stocks in the Indian market at times. I want to know if I'm liable to pay any short-term or long-term capital gains being an NRI. This is from Avinash.
Okay, so an NRI can invest in India. He needs to have a demat and a trading account. If he's an NRI, depending on where the funds have come in, you can basically have 2 types of demat accounts. You can have either an NRO demat account or an NRE demat account. Typically, the money that you earned while you were in India gets converted into an NRO account, and you can use that money and open an NRO demat and buy and sell shares. Money that you use from, so let's say you're saving something in Canada and you're putting that money into India, that is something which has to come in through the NRE account, and you get an NRE demat account open. He is liable to pay the taxes based on his holding period. So if he is buying and selling shares within a period of 12 months, he ends up paying 15% capital gains tax on that. If he sells something after 12 months, an equity share, then there is no capital gains tax on it.
Well, thank you, Firoz. Thank you, Uday. It was a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, the show is quite an eye-opener for me, because it is always an Indian myth that we have to invest in fixed deposit, we have to invest in gold because it is always rising. So which was actually not true, and this is what I got to know from here, and I got to know a lot of benefit of investing in mutual fund. So it is quite beneficial for me.
It's been like I was already investing till now. So I was investing in stock markets and all, but from this session it was really quite knowledgeable that few points were eye-openers, like not to invest in commodities like gold, not going for home loans, but looking at the other perspectives like going for a systematic investment plannings and all this was quite informative.
It was nice that this entire panel discussion was held in-house. Secondly, the panel stuck to basics, so it was nice and knowledgeable. This is something that I will definitely take back in order to make some key decisions in my life, and not just in my life, in my near and dear loved ones as well.
I think in the session there was very good statistics, like if you start investing early, the amount that you have to invest per month is very small. But if you do it very late, the amount becomes much larger to invest. So it inspires me to invest as early as possible.
Well, that's all that we have on this episode. We are going to be back again next week. Till then, you can send us your queries on personal finance at fwq@network18online.com. Till then, from the entire team of FinWiz, thank you for watching.
Focus. Ideate. innovate, enable.